Hey everybody, Robert with RC Archery. I want to talk candidly about the SilverBack release. So this is the release that Carter and Nock worked together on to be able to create. And I want to go over, is it a gimmick or is it the real deal? I get a lot of emails, a lot of questions on all this. People ask me, should I buy this release? Is it worth it? Is it worth the wait? That's what I want to go over today. So let's start out and let's just talk about what the SilverBack is. So the SilverBack is a collaboration between John Dudley of Nock Archery and Forrest Carter of Carter Enterprises. What they've done is take an existing release that they were already selling to the public, the Carter Evolution, and changed the case design on it to make it similar to what the Nock 2 at thumb release that they had released prior. Now this release is a tension activated release, meaning that the hook that's here has to have tension built against it, and that pressure trips the internals of the release and allows your shot to fire. Now I've done a more in-depth review of this in the past. I'm going to put a link here at the top of this video. You can actually go back and watch that video. I go over finger pressures, changing those, what it's going to do. I actually hook it up to my scale and go over all of that, and also go over some tips on the easiest ways to fire this release and to build consistency with it. But for today, let's just focus on the release and how it works and if it's good or not. So as I mentioned previously, there's already a release on the market that Carter makes as a tension activated release, the Carter Evolution. So what makes this any different? Well, the biggest difference on here is very easy to see. It's a two-finger designed release. That's what they've designed this release to do, also to mimic the Nock 2 at thumb release that they have out already. And that's going to be the selling point behind this as far as why you would want to buy this release over their current Carter Evolution. Alright, so a two-finger design, and the way that I find it to help you the most is by being able to drop the third and the fourth finger here, and what that'll do for you is let you drop the elbow and extend a little bit on your back end. So what that's going to do is drop this rear shoulder in place, and it's going to allow you to have a more linear and clean pull throughout your shot. So as you're focusing on that execution, everything is a little bit smoother. It keeps your pin float from wanting to go down by having a higher rear shoulder, or wanting to go upwards by having a lower elbow and really trying to pull out the top, because you're up high and you're really trying to crank that elbow down to get your pin to come back up, and it just pops it straight out of the top. For a patient archer, a tension activated release and a SilverBack release is going to help you. This release really acts like a magnifying glass or a highlighter. And what I mean by that is it shows you your imperfections. It really highlights them, it really points them out, and if you'll use that to your advantage, you can go through and start correcting what needs to be corrected and develop a stronger shot. Now, the first thing that I tell any archer that I work with that's battling target panic is to buy a tension activated release. I skip the hinge and tell them to go directly to one of these. And the reason I do that is twofold. One, it's a new release, so it's going to allow your body to have to get used to something new, but it allows you to actually reprogram the circuits within your brain to really build a whole new shot sequence around it. Now, the second thing with this is these releases are extremely simple. They're going to point out the correct muscles to use in your back, they're going to help you be steadier, and they're also going to help you just focus on aiming directly at the target and pulling. There's no rotation needed, there's no depressing of a trigger needed. It is very simply just drawing back on target, holding at full draw to get to anchor and preload your back muscles, and then continuing that pull on target until your shot breaks. It's as simple as that. So it would be easy for me to just give you a yes or no answer to that question, but I'd rather come out and actually show you some shots on target and give you an idea of what you're looking at. Now, I don't know how well it picks up on camera with the microphone on it, but today is a pretty windy day. Pretty steady 5 to 10 mile an hour winds with up to 20 mile an hour gusts. So Keeping your body strong, keeping that tension within it is very important on those days when it's windy, but especially keeping a good strong shot execution process as well. I've got a target set up at 50 meters here that I'm going to actually take some shots on. When I first start out here, I'm going to do 3 shots with my HT hinge. This is a normal release that I use from day to day. After that, I'm going to pull out my SilverBack release. I'm going to take 3 shots with that as well. I'm going to allow you to be able to see what the group sizes look like and give you an idea of an average between what you're looking at with each release.
That's how we do it, yeah. That's how we do it.
It's hard to argue with the results, right? So that was an 80 centimeter target shot at 50 meters. There was 6 arrows shot in there, 3 from the SilverBack and then 3 from my HT hinge, and they were all 6 hit in that 10 ring. So, my honest opinion is this is not a gimmick. This is actually an incredibly good release. It's a very good training tool, but honestly, it's a very good just release in general to use. I would be very confident taking this release and shooting it at a tournament or for score or just in practice or any time. It really hones in on the fundamentals and reminds you to stay strong in your shot, to spread the tension out throughout your shoulders, stay, with a little bit of a push towards target and then pulling through that shot and just really staying firm within the shoulders. And I think that's the biggest benefit to any tension style release. You can't cheat the release by rotating it through the hands, rolling the release, pressing down on the thumb button, anything like that. You just have to stay aiming and pull through that shot and create that tension. So I would give my stamp of approval to this release, or any kind of tension release that you want to do. I personally do prefer a 2-finger styled release, and this fits right in with what I like to use. Appreciate y'all watching today. Make sure to check out that video that I linked earlier, and in the description below I've got my discount code for anything Archery Squad. So appreciate y'all watching again. See you next time.